Are you ready? It's that show. It's that show you've heard about. It's that show you tell your friends about. It's that show you don't want to miss. We keep it real, we keep it raw, we don't hold back. It's Girl Talk.
All that being said,
Okay.
we've covered quite a bit.
We have.
And with all what you know and what has been shared tonight, and this year on this date, if I'm not correct, it's April 25th, 2025, would you give up your current status as the woman you are and go back 50 years in your case and change places with your mother or grandmother?
No.
No.
Nope.
No.
Not at all.
Giving up the fact that, okay, again, remember as I made, so if without question, you wouldn't give up who you are now
Not
to
at
trade
all.
places with them,
Nope.
even in the relationship, similar to like my stepmother, who's been with one man for 53 years.
Don't care nothing about that. Because I know for a fact that my mom wasn't happy. Now I don't know because my grandmother died, I was 17 when she died, so I don't really I didn't see a relationship between my grandfather went to work, paid the bills, came home, she cooked, he ate, watched TV, went to bed. And so I didn't see a whole lot of personal interaction between my grandparents, and that's not what I want at all. And then I know my mom's story very well, and I live to not live that life. My whole being is against everything that my mom stood for, period. You know, not ever would I want to live that life.
Okay, pause, please. Because, again, this is what baffles me about, and again, this is how, let me give y'all some cold game, real game. This is some of the stuff men talk about. Well, I'll say this. There's certain kind of stumped down ex-players I be with. We talk about like, okay, man, we didn't take all these penitentiary chances, took all of this to make something happen for us. And when we say us, we're talking about you, the kids. Sometimes we inherit situations where...
Did you say penitentiary chances?
Yeah, penitentiary chances. Well, you didn't have them that went to jail trying to get some money to make sure
You know, there's a different level of man out there in this world.
Okay, but then I'm saying the kind that because remember, my thing was this. I'm blessed. I'm blessed beyond measure, and I mean this. Because all I've ever done in terms of time was a week in the county, and I knew that shit wasn't for me. Because I had learned about this simple system. When I was there and I was going with the CO back and forth, I said, man, I'm finna make bail. When can I make the phone call? He told me, he said, you see all the motherfuckers out there? I said, yeah, that's a lot of motherfuckers. He said, when we process them, then you get your call. Because I didn't ask your ass to come here. And I looked at him and I was like, okay, that's true, but I need to get out here and make bail. Because he said, no, it's called ORS. Let me explain what ORS mean. ORS is an acronym that goes two ways. ORS means order, authority, rules, structure. Or opportunity, achievement, reward, success. You make this experience right now one of the two. Because if you don't, you're going to be back and you're going to be under this order, authority, rules, and structure, or you're going to be an opportune, achieved, rewarded, successful individual. And that was back in 1997, July 20. I ain't never seen inside of a cell again in my life because I said that shit ain't for me. I always hustled smart. I didn't sell no dope. And again, when it came to women, I never sent a woman nowhere. I never told her to go up there. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I have dealt with some women that got on the pole, but I ain't never told them to go out there and sell their bodies. I said entertain. And I keep it real, because I'm totally against that
Who
human
are
trafficking.
these women? What were they smoking?
But no, they ain't smoking nothing. They just
They
know
was
a
smoking
good.
something.
They're like, that's a bad motherfucker, and I choose this motherfucker to be with. And that was that bad motherfucker. So, but I got out of that, and I said no, because I learned gifts. And one of my gifts now is, like I said, I figured my mother, before she passed, she said, son, I'm so glad that, first of all, I never had to come visit you in no cell. And whatever you do, and my sister Trina out there will tell you this, she said, I am proud of you because you have never gave me that kind of misery. A man is supposed to use his hands. I learned the way to use my hands, and again, another plug. I learned how to give women massages. I said, damn, I can give you a massage, make you feel good, and you can pay me? Oh, see, that's all clean. And everybody would tell me, they was like, well, dude, ain't that? I'm like, dude, it's better. And then let me manage the money. Because if you let me manage the money, we're going to be all right. I'm going to put you where you need to be because I don't need to have a lot. That's why I say, when it comes to women, I don't mind sacrificing. The kids, I remember I told you about my situation. They're not biologically my kids, but I love them little motherfuckers to death. They was by another woman who were. What the kids that I claim are not my biological kids, but that's how I talk, and they know how I am. I call a lot of motherfuckers, but that's just who I am. But I will tell you in a heartbeat, I will love you. And
what
I
is
will
your
treat
question
you.
number 4?
My question is, why don't women know how to make that sacrifice? Why y'all only the motherfuckers got to be happy? Because everybody can be unhappy, huh? No, because you will give up. You right now, 9 out of 10 marriages that end up in divorce are led by who? The woman. Niggas get married. We want to stay married because of one thing. It makes sense.
No, y'all don't want to pay. You don't want to pay child support,
no, we ain't
alimony.
See, let me explain
all
this
that
shit
stuff.
different. A lot of times men may tip-top. Why y'all think we will go through certain extremes lying? Because if we say we love you, we love you. Because a fuck on the side don't really mean like, okay, did it disrupt the bills being paid? Did it disrupt that? Huh? No, that shit scared me.
Hasn't.
But I still want it. I'm serious, but I've been in relationships and I told them flat out, you ain't the only one I'm going to deal with, but I'm going to make you first. If I make you first and keep you first and you see you.
So what was your question again?
What? It's the truth.
Tell me your question again.
My question is, why do you sacrifice the sake of marriage for your happiness? That's a union between you and God.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me ask you this. And then, Shay, you're going to be next for the answer. So why do you sacrifice marriage
For your happiness.
for your happiness? So you choosing your happiness over marriage. Okay.
If you're leading the
So
right now,
so wait, let me
And it's
flip
not
this
just
around.
black women. I'm
Let
talking
me
about
let me
women in
flip this
general.
around so I understand it because I
Okay.
understand things in a different way. So I need to take it the way that I understand. So what you saying to me is that I need to be unhappy and get married.
No.
So if being married is gonna make me unhappy,
no.
but I need
if
to
you're
be
not
married
totally,
even if
saying
I'm
like
unhappy.
this because okay, if
Is that what
you,
he's saying?
yes, what I'm saying is,
I thought that's how I
from my
understood it.
understanding to a committed relationship, it ain't gonna always be
It don't matter if
a
I'm
happy
happy.
situation. I've been in committed. I just ain't never had a piece
So
of
my
paper.
happiness is not important. What's
Not as
important
marriage.
is just being married. So I'm not gonna be able to answer this question because that's stupid to me.
Excuse me?
That's stupid to me. I am
What?
not gonna live my life. My mom did that. I am not gonna live my life unhappy, making you happy, making anybody else happy. I'm just not gonna do that. I don't care. I've been married though, so I mean, I have a different viewpoint of marriage because you never been married or whatever. I've been married, so I'm not stressed about it. I had a great marriage. I loved being married. I would love to be married again, but only if it's to the right man that in the right situation. Other than that, I done did it. Got the T-shirt. Got a couple kids. I'm good with that. So I will never ever. My primary thing in my life, even in my job, what I do every day is about fulfilling my passion. It's about being happy. I believe that life is about being happy and being fulfilled. And if it is anywhere outside of the realm of that, I'm probably not going to do it.
Okay, so in other words, now I'll give you one. Since the age of 13 up until when I was 43, I love smoking weed. That was my shit. That was my friend. Weed was my friend. I love getting high. But when then I saw certain shit that wasn't happening in my life, right? I'm like, you know what? As much as I love this shit ain't really working to my advantage. I went cold turkey, fuck some weed. Then I quit drinking. I quit all my other little bad habits because the shit wasn't working.
So
It
you was
fun.
smoking weed,
Yeah.
drinking, and running women.
I didn't run, Kim.
They
Let's
was
be real
on the-
here. No,
Nigga, if you don't
I
stop
never
following
know.
Kim,
I
what the
gave
hell
them
is wrong
proper
with him? I
direction,
don't know
guidance,
what
and
is wrong with
instruction.
him.
I never ran women. I never ran because you running somebody that's working. I never
You
did
said
it.
they was on the pole.
Oh, I see again. You twisting up. See again. That's
he say they
collective.
was on the
No,
phone?
I
He said
a
they
few.
chose
No, those I
But he
met the
suggested
women.
that they
I
entertain
never
people.
know. I said if that because I accept her.
Don't bite your tongue.
No,
'cause
I
you're
accepted
tripping
her
all over
what
it.
she was, and she was on the pole. Okay, I like that. I went there. Okay, she chose up, and okay, we good.
Paige,
But
are you gonna sacrifice your happiness to be married? I already know your
no,
answer.
I'll say no. Let me rephrase that. Would you sacrifice your marriage of purpose for you to be happy?
And you said marriage of purpose. Can
Purpose.
you give me the
Okay,
definition
the
of
purpose
marriage
is-
of purpose?
Okay, if you believe that God sent you this person, or this man, I'm assuming this man, to be with you for whatever period of time, and then y'all hit this period, a rough patch, will you sacrifice because just basically say, okay, I'm just gonna cancel this. It's gonna cancel because you're no longer happy for, I'll say, a portion of the time or the length of or duration of this union.
You're saying like we don't just hit a rough patch and then we ultimately move past that. You're saying for the rest of my life, once we hit that rough patch until I end it or he ends that relationship, we just end it just unhappy?
Okay, let's
I'm
define,
trying to-
okay, let's define happiness. Happiness is based on what's happening. Joy is no matter what the fuck happened, I'm gonna be all right. I'm feeling good. Like right now, I'm a very joyful person. Because guess what? I know, because I've already, at 55, survived some shit. I've been shot at 9 times. I've been, what else? I've been robbed. I've been all of that. Does that mean I don't get, because I live a certain lifestyle. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm still going to do me. But I'm saying I'm still joyous because I've made comebacks off every kind of thing.
Let's hop in on your joy because we got some live audience stuff. So somebody said that they were directing it to me. They said statistics show women generally make the worst financial decisions. So why not give your man money to manage? I don't make bad financial decisions. I don't care what the statistics say because nothing is absolute. Not every woman makes bad financial decisions. Now, I do know that some women make bad financial decisions. You know, they buy those $10,000 bags and they don't have $10,000 to put in it. But, you know, it's all good. I don't make those kind of decisions. I'm happy with my financial decisions. Hope you're happy with your financial decisions out there. And thank you for watching. Let's talk about it with Xavier Fox. Hey. All right. Next on the list is Ben. You're living in old reality. 70s are not coming back. All right.
Okay.
And then somebody else said, Mr. Ben is easily distracted by everyone. His comparative stories aren't comparative at all. And then I think this was maybe directed at me. I'm not sure. Maybe that was not your grandma's end results, and that's how you took it. You don't have to be the same way forever. It's called growth and evolving. I'm not exactly sure what you're saying.
When he was telling a story about how his grandmother.
Oh, that's for you. Okay. Maybe that was not your grandma's end results, and that's how you took it. You don't have to be the same way forever. It's called growth and evolving. So you don't have to be the same way forever.
And I'm not saying, okay. Again, I am now a educator, professional. Did it. Got paperwork and getting more paperwork as I do it. So I'm not in the streets anymore. But I still have it's like one of my favorite guys, he did something that was phenomenal. He did a 5-year bit, got out, took a job as a parking attendant making $5 an hour. Within 2 years, he went from $5 an hour to being a 6-figure dude. And I said, dude, man, it's one of the most inspiring things. I said, how did you do it? He said, man, the game we got, if that what we did in the streets is so minimal. If you can't apply it to the real world
Amen.
in real situations,
I totally
it
agree.
means nothing.
I totally
And
agree.
I said to him, I said, man, cool. It's just like, for example, I go back to me with my plug. I know how to do this. You know at best how much I can make off of a whole year doing massages, and I only touch women. I can only make $60,000 to $65,000. That's it. But when it finally dawned on me, you know what? God gave you a gift. He gave you a gift where you can like and use it. So those women I deal with, I say, come here, let me show you something. First thing I do is say, give me your hand. If she trusts me enough to give me her hand and I do it, boom, now I'm going to teach you how to do this. You go back and you didn't throw me back a franchise fee. That's what I do. And I ain't ashamed of it because guess what? I ain't putting her out there. I said, you touch who you want to touch. Don't put yourself in a situation. If you get into some harm's way, let me know and I'll walk you out of that situation. And even have to ride down, I will. But I'm not going to hurt her. And guess what? It's healthy. It's legal. And guess what? It's me.
So me and Sharice are going to buy the building, and we're going to let you guys come and do massages out of the building and pay us the rental fee, right? That's what we got to do.
I don't know, but see, if that's what she, but I don't encourage, but listen, I don't encourage that. But see, when I give you, but see, when I tell you, oh, okay. No, you ain't gonna never put me
Right, we
work.
gonna
You
get that
can take my
paid.
guidance.
You gonna pay
But
us.
my point is, no, but my thing is, but see, if I'm showing you I got a path, my thing is this, you ain't gotta walk that path with me. Don't get in my way. I'm not finna overtalk, because one thing I don't do is sell myself. I present myself and I campaign myself. That's it. But if you
campaigning is kind of selling. Yeah, like, you know, the president campaigned, he sold himself.
No. The
and
lifestyle,
now, you know,
no.
But let's get, so, Kenza, are you going to sacrifice your happiness just to be married?
No, I don't even think that we just have really outdated models and concepts of what relationships are, and like, this is weird. No,
It is
no,
weird,
sir,
right?
no, ma'am. I shall not sacrifice my happiness for the sake of a relationship. And with women initiating divorces, I just want to say this right here, you know, and this is just Kenza's observations and what have you. But a lot of times, you know, men and women are often wired differently in relationships. And a lot of times, unless you are really inconveniencing a man or pissing him off, he'll keep you around whether he like you, as long as you benefit him, because men don't do things that don't benefit them.
There you go.
So if you are beneficial to a man, he'll keep you around. The marriage could be like trash, but like, do you cook, clean, and provide a place for him to sleep a couple hours?
You got the health insurance plan?
You got the health insurance? What you got going on? And so, like, he will stay married. Like, men usually do not initiate divorces because they're like, okay. Like, they don't have to be happy because most of the time they're not with women they like anyway. That's not why they're with you.
Let me just add to this.
There's not, one second. That's not why they're with you in the first place. So your happiness is not paramount because they're not trying to be happy with you.
Exactly.
A lot of times they're trying to be like happy and then have you in addition to their happiness. Like, they compartmentalize stuff a lot more than women do. So for men, yeah, they can stay in a horrible ass marriage. Why? Because they never expected you to make them happy. They never expected to be happy with you.
They were going to make them happy.
Because it's called the ball and chain. They refer to marriage as slavery. This is the end of your freedom. Like, these are the rhetorics that they pass around. So it's like, no, men will stay in marriages forever for no reason, because it's like, I don't want to be inconvenienced.
Because it makes
Which
sense.
is the terminology of a marriage of
saying.
convenience. So with women, because we were not taught that this is how men actually think, we think they want to be happy too. And because they're with us, they must be happy with us. And then we're thinking like, we're operating off of two different understandings.
Almost a possession.
Yes. So it's just they want comfort. They want comfort.
And what's wrong with
and
that?
If it's comfortable to them, then they don't really.
You want to be a
not overly
possession?
Okay,
concerned
I'm
with
just
yours.
saying, what's wrong with that? Because again, what you just said is the absolute truth. Because every time, and I'm gonna be honest, in every serious committed relationship I was in, I loved that woman. And when I went and got some, what was the thing? I told them flat out, look, don't bring no bullshit to my house. Don't call me when I'm at this time. Yes, I said that and I kept it real. That's what I'm doing. That's my boo babe. That's my bottom. Don't fuck with that up, because we going to have a problem. I'm keeping it real. Because guess what? That's what we do. Some women are just that. And I'm not trying to just, what's the term, just kind of exploit women. But the point is, yes, you find a motherfucker over here. I don't want nothing serious with you. You want to flirt with me? Can I get some? Okay, cool. I'm going to smash and then I'm going back home. That's
Okay.
what because I'm not giving up my home.
Let me.
And this is why women do not believe in sacrificing their happiness anymore, because
But
we
I'm
are
not
starting
leaving you, and
to
I'm still providing. I'm
understand
taking
that
all
men
kind of
We can
risk
do
provide for
what
ourselves now.
benefits
But again, y'all get
them.
mad at us
Exactly.
for telling our
So
So
truth.
women should do what benefits them.
Absolutely.
In addition,
And if y'all can be mutually beneficial, that's the keeper.
Okay.
But if
Keeper.
not, then you need to bounce. Like, there's no reason to stay miserable. And like, okay, and then we got to think about it like this: married women are sicker and die
Yes, they
sooner
die. Yep.
than
Mhm.
the single women for
Yep.
a reason. And then married men live
longer. Yep.
They do.
Because they got to
In
work
Because
addition-
we get good.
Interesting,
And
because
guess-
they are draining the energy out of you while
Yes,
you are
they
devoting your
are.
lives
you
to
draining
these
me.
people,
Okay, again,
trying to make
why
somebody
is
happy
it
who
that
never even
always
intended to be
say that
happy
we
with
draining
you.
the energy? Men are simple. The basic thing is, what's the three things we want? We want simple three things. Give us loyalty, give us respect, and give us peace. You know what? I got a rule.
Do you
I got
get
a
that to
simple rule.
us?
No, I got a simple rule.
Right, you said
if
no.
I'm giving you loyalty, I ain't going no motherfucking where.
You are. You just said
the
you was
respect,
going out there
the
and you was gonna
respect.
tell
I
us
told you
about
I
it.
still give you my resources. I'm willing to even take, because my thing is this. I will hear when you come home talking that bullshit about what's going on at work. I done listened to this shit over and the fucking over again. That's what you got a girlfriend for. Go talk to her. My thing is I'm going to resolve this motherfucking problem and get over with it. And then after that, make me something to eat, and then let's sit back and watch TV together. Guess what the fuck I'll do? And y'all get mad at me for what? I'm telling you, I don't need no therapy. That's the truth. I just need a good woman that understand that. I told you, hey, you know what my motto is? Cute in the face, heavy in the waist, and low self-esteem. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'll say it again for y'all who didn't hear it.
Shay,
Cute in the face, heavy in the waist, and low
Did you answer this
self-esteem.
question
That's what I
already?
mean.
I didn't. I think you have raised some really great points. What's your name again?
Ben.
Kenza.
Kenza.
Oh,
Kenza
I
is great. No. Kenza?
Hey, just remember that motherfucker. That's all you got to do.
Kenza has raised some really great points, and I think for me it's always like, why can't you have them both? Because I feel like you can be happy and also be married.
Right, you can.
That is what I want. I'm not.
Definitely.
I mean, I agree with them. I wouldn't want to be married and be unhappy. So, if that's what it's gonna be, then I'm not gonna do marriage. But for me, I want both of those, and that is what. I'm
And you
working
can
for.
have both. And marriage is a great thing. You know, if you marry the right person, and that is the key, you don't have to sacrifice your happiness to be married. You know, you gotta, that person that comes to you and you guys click, they're your friend. You feel a comfort, a trust, a loyalty, all of that stuff. And it takes a little bit of time. You know, you meet some people and they want to get married in a year. You know, I'm not with that, but I'm not saying it can't happen. Now, I don't know what your situation
PSA,
is. So,
PSA.
I'm
Let me
just
say it
saying.
again. I keep telling it, and I got 7 sisters on both sides. 3 on my mama, 4 on my father's side. Women, let me give y'all something cold. It's called the 100-day rule. The 100-day rule. A man don't need 6 months. He don't need look, do you pay bills? Do you clean? Do you cook? Do you fuck me right? Do you simple shit? Simple shit. Do you give me peace? And we see that, we watch you, we
But
keep
we
it.
ain't worried
boom.
about the man,
And
what
then
the
guess
man
what?
need.
I can be with it. But
We worried
if a
about
man,
what we
if we
need.
waiting a little bit more, I'm telling you, simple rule. Guess what the answer today is? We think we can find something better because it's somewhere where you lack and where we don't need. Because look,
Wasn't he always thinking that then?
no, because I didn't have some
That's
good
always
ones.
been there.
They always was saying like, well, I want you to do this, I ain't finna do all this, but it's still finna happen.
Listen, before you commit to somebody, that is when you should be the most selfish. Okay? You are the most selfish before you commit to that person because you need to make sure that that person is giving you what you need. You don't get into a relationship because you make them so super happy and you're not happy. You be selfish before you commit and make sure that you get everything that you want in that relationship, and then you commit.
That again, y'all talking about I'm being unrealistic when you talking about being selfish.
I've been married, dude.
Okay, no,
You ain't
okay.
never got nowhere.
Look, Kim. Now you want to go there?
You
'cause
ain't
don't
never
know,
got
'cause
nowhere.
Guess what? You know what?
I've been married.
Let me give you one. I'm gonna give you a cold one. Cause like I said, I could be married tomorrow. Cause guess what I would do? I give me a mail order Chinese bride, and I'll teach her 2 English words. Yes,
This
sir.
wasn't no mail order
And I tell you,
husband.
if I was that committed to what's going on. I like having fun. I knew I could always have multiple women at one time. Like I said, a series of situationships. Now, personally, I don't like always, because I got a rule. Until I know you really, really with me, you can't spend the night at my house. You got to go. Or I come by your house. That's my rule. And I think, and I only had, in my spot now, I ain't had none spend the night, because that's just who I am. But the ones that was able to spend the night. Or that's just who they were. They didn't want to come. No, that's where, because some have wanted to. I had to deal with see, again, those manipulatives, huh?
But you care about your house that you live in, but not the house that is your body, but you put your penis.
Okay, no, because again, I got one, you don't. And guess what? Penis are externals. Okay. Yeah, no, it's good. All I can say is this. It's so good. And guess what? Right. That's, again, see, there you go. You got somebody encouraging what I used to do, because I used to always tell them, it is a gold mine, and you ain't got to sell it. You can tease it. But my point is this. But see, again, I guess what? Again, and I'm not. Everything that I was able to do, I had a complying woman that said, okay.
I need you to have some stingy dick.
No, I don't.
Right.
No.
Right.
No.
Selective.
It's not. Okay, no, if you want to be
Selective.
with me, no. It is selective. It is
But
going
some
in
men
anything.
get what they can. You know, they just get what they can.
Okay, but my point is, at some
And we
point
gonna
in
wrap up.
time.
You get worse than the girl on the
Who?
phone.
Ow.
Because you just
No. Because first of all, I need your compliance before you get to your point.
about yourself.
I do care about myself. I just like, okay, it ain't my fault God made y'all things so good. I like it. And guess what? I enjoy it. And guess what? If it's available to me, I'm going to participate in it. Why?
You get what you can and we get what
No, right.
get
And
what you
then, because
can.
guess what? Now, listen to this. Now, this is what you said. Now, remember, women control access to sex. Y'all do. But men control access to marriage.
No.
Yeah, because guess what? You can't marry yourself. You can't.
No.
If you got what you
I've
do,
been proposed to since my husband died.
Okay,
but I ain't married none of them.
Okay, that's you. You're a rarity. Most
not
women
a rarity.
Will not. Yes, you are. Most
Whatever.
women will not. Most women will not get their chance. My mother, God rest her soul, was married 3 times, and all 3 except for the first one was a good provider. The last one, my stepfather, him and her could not make it. So he moved back to his hometown of Philadelphia, and he still, by the time he died, looked out for my mother, left her, that's something she wanted. I told her, I said, Ma, at the end of the day, because remember, me and him didn't get along, so I felt, in a sense, like, okay, Ma, did you choose him over me? I was just incorrigible. I was going to do what the fuck I wanted to, no matter what. When I realized, like, damn, I'm spoiled,
You got 2 minutes.
But my point is this. Men think differently. We are different from you. We want things that make sense. A marriage to us it's like a business arrangement. Yes, I want to love you. In most cases, guess what? We do love you because we stand to lose more than y'all in it. We do. I mean, when you really think about it, men can lose. We got to give you half, alimony, child support, all that shit. But yet we're willing to take the risk. So if a man is willing to say, hey, I want to marry you, and it's not always because of looks. You ever see a woman that look like a 3 or 4 and then she got this motherfucker and ain't happy? Because guess what? She's doing what the fuck it is she needs to do. And I need you to do what it is I need you to do. Guess what? If you give me the world, trust me, in return, I'm giving you heaven. I swear I am. I will go out my way. I will make it sure. Right, I am. I'm that dude. Okay, because ain't none of them came up to the bill. Because I got what we used to say. We used to say in the street, you have to piece a woman together. Y'all do it. Y'all could have an old man over here, this gay girl or gay dude, that's your girlfriend, friend girl or whatever. You got the stud, then you got the simp over here. It's okay if you do it, but when I do it, that nigga's a forever player. No, I ain't. I'm calculating moves. I'm making sure, because if I give you this look, we together. Like the ones I told you, there's 2 of them. I ain't with them, but I still consider they kids as mine, because I love them. That's just the kind of nigga I am. If they pick up the phone, Papa Ben, do you need something? Yeah, okay, I'm going to make it happen. That's when that resourceful shit come in. And if it means I got to get out here, which I ain't had to do because, again, I'm a smart motherfucker, and I like to do shit that makes sense and ain't going to get me in the jail. I'm too fucking old. Like I said, that one, yeah, you're right. That fucking week in the county traumatized my ass because I don't want to be around these niggas. No, because but it didn't stop me from hustling. I just
Okay.
learned how to hustle smart.
Okay. So, we are getting to that point. So, I want to go to the ladies on the panel and quickly. I just want you to tell me. I'm gonna start with you, Shay. Of course, I'm gonna start with you. Tell me, what did you learn from this conversation?
I think I don't think his viewpoint represents every man's viewpoint, but I have learned that there's a lot of issues amongst our community and amongst like men and women in general. I mean, like, we had different viewpoints than he did, but I can see like how like people's past experiences really do shape who they are as a person.
Kenza, quick too. What did you learn from this conversation?
I have learned what it feels like to be in proximity to dusty conversations. And prior to today, I had never experienced that. Like, I would hear people talk about the things that people would talk about with each other, but like, I had never been like in close personal proximity to this level of foolishness. But I learned that I don't like this. I learned that this is not a productive use of my time and energy. That's what I learned today. Like, this is a no. Like, no.
This is a no.
But I love y'all though.
Co-host Paige. Girl, we had a conversation today, huh? This was one for the books.
Yeah.
So did you learn anything today?
I learned everybody gotta coordinate and collaborate their relationship, what works for them.
Yes.
But you don't speak. One person doesn't speak for the masses,
Right.
and everybody, and we can have healthy relationships. And what Ben proposes, it works for Ben and what he needs. He knows what he needs. It just ain't none of us, right? But not that he's trying to get with any of us, but I'm just saying it ain't for none of us. And he made me realize more how much I really appreciate who I'm with.
So
I appreciate that, Ben.
I knew, because I know Ben, of course. I put the panel together, so I knew where this was going, and I sort of knew where this was going. It really did go a little bit further than what I thought it was going to go, but I knew where this was going. And what I like to do with the shows is just show that we are all on our own journey, and we all have to make decisions for ourselves. And for me, and it might not be for everybody, because there are women who have never been married and don't have kids, and marriage is high on their priority list. Now, I've been married, and I loved being married, right? But it's not something I have not done, so I don't feel that I've missed out on that. And sometimes I think that feeling for women it makes them not choose quite right. And I think that there are a lot of people in general, because the last guy I dated, he was one of them, and he might see this show, but I don't care. Some people, they want to be married. So whenever I'm out there dating, I meet somebody, if he tells me I'm dating with a purpose, I probably won't respond to him anymore, because those people are trying to plug you into something. They want to be married. They don't necessarily want to marry you. They want to marry anybody that's ready to be married, okay? And so what my dad told me when I was a young girl, he said, you don't walk around life wanting to be married or wanting to be in a relationship. You meet somebody, and that person makes you want to be in a relationship with them, or makes you want to be married to them. So when Ben talks about sacrificing your happiness for marriage, I really couldn't even process that whole thing, because that just didn't make any kind of sense at all to me. But again, everybody is on their own journey. So everybody, you just really need to choose. Figure out who you are. Make sure that when you look in the mirror in the morning, you like that person that you see looking back at you. And make decisions so that you can keep feeling that way. So that you can keep feeling like you like that person that's looking back in the mirror at you. And with that, I want to...
Can I, before we leave, I got to say, no, I got to do this
just
disclaimer.
a few more minutes.
Just a disclaimer, again, because a lot of times, and this is real on the serious side, because I used to live a certain lifestyle, and I'm not ashamed of it, nor am I proud of it in certain aspects, because it was some things I did that was contrary to the law. But I'm now on the straight and narrow. Again, people can take this if they want to spice it up and say, look, he used to be, because it's simple, and I'm gonna share something with y'all for real.
We're at our time, Ben.
Okay, that a lot of brothers get caught up with these
As he keeps
human
talking.
trafficking things. I ain't never did that. I would never encourage that. I don't believe in that. A woman does have her body and she can do whatever she chooses with it. Because I believe in pro-choice.
We're glad you gave us permission.
So I did give y'all permission. No, I didn't give permission. But no, I respect the fact that your body is that. And women who don't agree with me, because me and Kim, I love Kim.
What? You keep calling me that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Xavier.
Who the hell is
Say it
that?
on the thing. Right. But
What?
my point is,
They said
I do.
that? Who the
I
hell
can-
is Kim? Nigga.
I'm sorry. That's what I know you asked. But again, my point is this. I respect all who respect me. We can respectfully agree to disagree. And what's good for me is good for me.
All right.